Yes, welcome to our live coverage of the 2018 NFL Combine. This is day 2, and the guy you see in this photo, Sam Darnold, will not be throwing at the Combine today. And right now I am just typing code up, typing weigh-ins up for the cornerbacks that are going to be competing on Monday afternoon. I've got Jair Alexander is 5'10", not 5'11". Denzel Ward is 5'11", not 5'10". Mike Hughes is actually 5'10" instead of 5'11". So there's a lot of weigh-ins that could potentially alter things, because there's a lot of corners where we're either on by an inch or we're off by an inch. And Anthony Averett, 30 1/8, 30 1/4. Yes, and you got Rosen, you've got all these quarterbacks here. It's early in the morning, but we're really going to get to see what these guys are made of. Tony Brown is weighing Tony Brown, 5'11", 199 pounds. And then we've got 33.5 for Chris Campbell, 31.5 for Tony Brown. And we got a logjam of receivers. We've got a lot of quarterbacks today, because the receivers, I've got Anthony Miller, 89 grade, Christian Kirk, 89 grade, Calvin Ridley, 88 grade, Cortland Sutton, 88 grade, James Washington, 88 grade, Equanimeous St. Brown, 88 grade. I've got all 6 of those receivers going in the second round, and you can't discount the idea of Auden Tate or Simmie Cobbs Jr. both potentially joining them in round 2. 6'1", 195 for Chris Campbell. Andre Chachere, 6 foot, 197. Damn it. 6'1", 206. So 6'1", 206 pounds. That's the weigh-in for Carlton Davis. That's about what he should weigh in. 32 3/4 inch arms for him, and we'll get bench press times for 32 3/4 for arm length. We've got Duke Dawson's arm length. D. Delaney, I want to see what his weigh-in is. I remember talking about D. Delaney at the beginning of the year, the Miami cornerback, because he was at Citadel. He transferred to Miami, and (5'11", 200 pounds. Don't have anything on Terrell Edmonds yet, so we'll get to his teammate. Don't have anything on Elliott, so we'll go to the next corner. I jammed all the DBs into one group instead of just putting the corners into one group and the DBs into another. So 6'1", 203. Yeah, until the quarterbacks officially work out. Wow, I mean, I was expecting Brandon Facey's son to be like 5'10", but he's actually like 6'2". So that is really good news for him. And Brandon Facey's son's a guy we're going to have to watch because he struggled against James Washington in his bowl game with Adonis Alexander as his teammate, but that's sort of a weigh-in that took me by surprise. And obviously on the podcast at 5 p.m. today, we're going to have Joseph Potter and John Butts, who has been a regular on our podcast. Yesterday we had Thomas Coburn on. He broke the news about the Robert Quinn trade. And it turns out that Robert Quinn is going to Miami for a 4th and 6th round pick. They're still going to pick at 11, and it's starting to look like Will Hernandez at 11 makes a lot of sense. But that means Mike McGlinchey is going to have to go somewhere in the top 10. And honestly, with Tampa Bay's situation, they could take McGlinchey as a left tackle, or they could take Minka. I mean, they could take McGlinchey at 7, to be honest. They need a left tackle that badly. And if you consider McGlinchey to be that type of blue chip player, you may as well put him on Tampa Bay. But I could see why the Buccaneers would take the best player on their board and they wouldn't pass on Minka. So it's an extremely complicated situation. I'll say this. If Tampa Bay gets another defensive back in free agency, I will probably mock McGlinchey to Tampa Bay at number 7 because Tampa Bay's situation is a very tricky situation to decipher at the moment. 5'9". So Richard Fant, we've got weigh-ins for everybody up to Minka Fitzpatrick, but Austin Allen's about to run a meaningless 40-yard dash, and 4.84 for Austin Allen. That is official, folks. Well, that's unofficial, but yeah. Austin Allen's probably not going to get drafted unless none of these QBs, we didn't really get their bench press reps yesterday, and unless they leak that info today, we're probably not going to get that intel. Yeah, so we're going to get to see Sam Darnold running the 40 time, and then he's just going to bolt. Yeah, I got a 4.75 projection for Josh Allen, off by a second. And is JT Barrett not running the 40 time here? No, he's running the 40. Everything's good. But JT Barrett out of Ohio State is up next. $4.76 for JT Barrett. So 4.97 for Kirk Benkert here. Once Darnold runs his 40 time, we'll post the updated 40 times. We'll write the code, and we'll update that to the site. So they are going to have two separate groups for the 40 times. 4.86 for Darnold. Danny Etling, 4.76. So right now, Josh Allen is the only QB. So did Luke Falk run the 40 or no? Because if Luke Falk did not run the 40 time, that's going to raise more questions about him, about his dedication, about his work ethic. Austin Allen, a 4.82, so that's a 4.83 and a 4.83 for Austin Allen. Yeah, I'm going to put Josh Rosen at the top because he's now my QB1 officially. Like, if Darnold had thrown at the combine, I'd have a reason to make him QB1, but I don't have that reason now. So I just like Rosen's tape better. Yeah, so I am refreshing the page, guys. Josh Rosen is my QB1 now. But just to give you a better idea of how close it is, I've got a 95 grade on Rosen. Well, actually, I don't know. Do I have a 95 grade? I'm not even sure if I have him that high, but I was just really impressed with what I saw yesterday on tape, and I moved Josh Rosen up to a 95 grade, which is a blue chip grade for me. Looking at the QBs I've evaluated since 2012, I had a max grade on Andrew Luck, a 99 in all 6 categories. Only QB to date to ever have a category like that. I had a 98 on Winston and a 97 on Marcus Mariota in the 2015 draft. So those were my 2 best QBs after Luck. And then I basically had no QBs. I had Mahomes and I had Bortles and Goff at 94. I had Mahomes at 93. And so Rosen would be the highest graded QB not named Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, or Andrew Luck if things hold up and he balls out today. Because Baker Mayfield, you can definitely make a case for Baker Mayfield as QB2. But I'm still going to have questions about Darnold's intangibles and his decision-making with these throws. That's not going away. Baker's production checks out. His intangibles check out. His learning rate checks out. He's through the roof in those attributes. His size, it is what it is. His durability could increase. I could increase his durability grade. And if he throws some deep passes, like really wows me with some deep passes in this drill, I'm open to moving up his physical grade. So Baker Mayfield's could increase his potential grade from 91 to 93 or maybe 94. I don't think he can do enough to improve his potential grade to 95. I get a very good idea. I have a very good idea of what I'm getting with the ceiling of Baker Mayfield. Like if Josh Allen, dominates the combine today, I think he could move himself up as well. But I think Josh Allen could improve his grade to the point where he's in that conversation to jump Sam Darnold as QB2. But that's the thing. If Darnold balls out at his pro day, he's going to end up becoming QB1. So, yeah, because we can adjust his production grade to 99. We can adjust his intangibles, his learning rate. We can adjust different categories for Sam Darnold, and he'd eventually jump Rosen. But right now, I don't see that with Sam Darnold. I think Rosen is the clear-cut leader, and I don't know if Luke Falk ran the 40 or not. If he didn't, I'm going to put DNP. Okay, he didn't run the 40. Lamar may not run the 40 time. I'm going to look that up on my smartphone right now. Lamar Jackson. I'm just going to type in Lamar Jackson really quickly here because I am pretty certain. I do agree. I do like Texada. He didn't get a corner invite, but I do really like him, Texas Truth. So thank you very much for sharing our YouTube stream. Thank you. That really does mean a lot. I really appreciate all my loyal fans that share our content here at Draft Utopia. So I'm going to put DNP, so Lamar will not run the 40 time because he knows how good he is on tape. And if that's not good enough for teams, well. So 483 for Austin Allen, 476. So I'm trying to figure out if we're going to begin with Lauletta, or are we going to begin with Tanner Lee, or are we going to begin with Laton? So Lamar not running the 40. Flowers and Riley Ferguson, both from the Shrine game. I can refresh this page too. And they'll, yeah, so for 40, Riley went 499. So 499 and 467 are the final two 40 times at the top of the ticker. And I like how this is clicking. 499, 467. I'll refresh the page, you guys. So if we see the QBs throwing or doing some drills, we'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm going to use the commercials to update the cornerback rankings pages. We have a weigh-in for Minkah Fitzpatrick yet. Because if we don't, that's okay. But okay, 6'0", 204. That's a little bit surprising that Minkah's only 6'0" instead of 6'1". Not a deal breaker, but it is a little bit surprising to say the least. I don't think teams are going to. I don't know. Minkah's just the ultimate gamer, like the jack of all trades, as Dane Brugler called him. 31 and 1/4. So that's what you're getting as far as his ability goes. Minkah, Trey Flowers is the next player. I'm pretty certain we will not have a weigh-in on Trey Flowers just yet. We're going to try to get all these cornerbacks updated, folks. Golden, 6'1", 197. $30 and 3/4. $5'9", 190. That really hurts Grant Haley's chances of getting drafted. I see a depth corner, and the fact that his arms are below 30 inches really hurts his case for getting drafted. I mean, it is a deep cornerback class, but Grant Haley's someone I'm sort of on the fence with. If he does not dominate. Oh, shit. We're already going to wide receiver 40s? Shit. This is like boot camp, folks. I'm sorry about the language, but this is like boot camp. I was not expecting us to transition from QBs to wide receivers so quickly. I'm a little bit caught by surprise here. Let's get another weigh in here while 5'11", 205, 31 1/8. Holton Hill, 6'2", 196. .32-inch arms for Holton Hill, the Texas cornerback. And we'll come back to measure some of these other safety times in a little bit, but 4.63 for so Braxton Berrios chose not to run the 40-yard dash. Braxton Berrios is probably now in round 7 territory. I know he had a good Senior Bowl week, but him doing 11 reps in the bench press, him not running the 40 time, he's really going to have to ball out in the gauntlet drills. I guess I can leave him in round 6 for now, but I am sort of on the fence with moving him down to round 7. Deontay Burnett also did not work out in the bench press or the combine. drills, and he had a bad bowl game. So 4.46, that's an excellent 40 time for Deon Cain. That is definitely going to help him out. That's definitely big for Deon Cain because we had a 3rd round grade on Deon Cain. And that's huge for Deon Cain. Is it enough for him to move into round 2? We got to see what he does in the gauntlet drills. We got to see him catch the football. But that's a great start for Deon Cain at the 2018 NFL Combine. And I'll update this so you guys can see the wide receivers, folks, because I just ignore my write-ups and my ratings and shit right now because we've got the receivers up. And why the hell was Braxton Berrios say Ole Miss? This is inexcusable. Let me fix that. Give me a second. Last year there was a receiver out of Ole Miss. I thought we typed in Miami Hurricanes. We'll type in Callaway's 40 time and we'll refresh this all at the same time. .444 for Deon Cain. Yeah, but Antonio Callaway's still going to have to answer off the field questions. So even if he balls out at the combine today, he's still a round 4 pick at the very best. I mean, Antonio Callaway could still run a 4.2, and he still wouldn't get picked in the 1st round. That's how much off the field baggage he has. Cantrell with a 4.59. So Darren Carrington. Yeah, and Darren Carrington didn't work out, and the bench press didn't work out in the 40. So he's still going to have those off-the-field concerns that he had that got him kicked out of Oregon. He's going to have to answer those questions. He hasn't really stepped up to the plate yet. He's great on the field as far as talent goes, but the problem is he has not stepped up to the plate and answered questions that scouts have had about him. So, and DJ Chark projected around a 4.39. That's what we're projecting him to run, okay? So Dylan Cantrell. So if Chark can actually do that, wow. DJ Chark, you know what? We're going to have to move this guy up. 4.34. Wow. I am really shocked by that. I got to admit, I am really, really shocked by that. I was expecting a 4.39, but man, not a 4.34. I mean, we're probably going to have to move him up. Ooh. Cobb's really, that really does sort of hurt the momentum he was trying to build. He might fall to day 3 now. Ooh, that's not good. DJ Chark, though, really 6'3", 196. I mean, that's not terrible height. And I want to look up DJ Chark's. How many games has DJ Chark missed due to injuries? It's probably something I want to look up now because if he's never missed a start due to an injury, I'll probably increase his durability grade. Kiki Kuti with a 4.440. Yeah, he played in 13 games, 9 starts at wide receiver, 6 starts at wide receiver. He didn't start until his junior year. 4.45 for Robert Foster. Yeah, I now have Chark as my #1 receiver in round 4. There's just a lot of talent in this class. 4.52 for Gollop, which is not a surprise. So DJ Chark sort of jammed himself in this group with these receivers. So Simi Cobbs, I'm doing a lot of tweaking with my wide receiver rankings because it's just so close, and I want a complete receiver. And the guys who appear to be complete receivers have the bodies of slot receivers. It's like Anthony Miller reminds me of Antonio Brown, Christian Kirk reminds me of Odell Beckham, and Calvin Ridley reminds me of Torrey Holt. Now, do you want to take Torrey Holt over Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham? Absolutely not. But the media is pushing this agenda for Calvin Ridley, folks. It's so obvious. You can tell what's going on. Sean Hamilton did not participate in the bench press rep, did not participate in the 40 time. He had a great Senior Bowl week, but you can tell this guy's a borderline starter. I'm hoping we get to see Christian Kirk run the 40 time. Because Chark was someone we expected to rise up the boards. I now have a 3rd-round grade on Chark. I have Chark where we had Traven Durrell in our mocks at this point before his stock tanked. So, yeah, and Cobbs, I've moved Cobbs. Cobbs is barely ahead of Chark as wide receiver 11. Richie James, 4.48. That is big for Richie James because he had a horrible 40 time. He had 6 reps on the bench press, which is awful. So 6 reps on the bench press, 5'10", 183. He needed a 4.40 to save his stock, folks. And Christian Kirk, who I believe could jump Who cares about Calvin Ridley? I like Kirk better. I like Miller better, but he's not running in the 40-yard dash.
Steve Smith is part of our broadcast team for 7 consecutive days. Steve, go on for the floor. Christian Kirk, I think he's a special guy. I said he will be a guy that can contribute at all levels. Time to kick off the time, playing stop. I think he could pretty much dominate on the outside too. The key question is going to be how does the college offense
Four 4.46 for Christian Kirk. That is a great time for Christian Kirk. It's a little bit slower than I expected, but I'm not upset. As long as he runs below a 4.5 and dominates the gauntlet drills and catches everything, because of the tape I've watched, and that is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the tape. I'm looking at the big picture here, and Christian Kirk is in this conversation for a reason. I don't know if he's done enough to jump Anthony Miller as wide receiver 1 for me, but he's definitely cemented himself in the top 2. He has created that separation, in my personal opinion. And Shark's a guy who I have a 4th on him now. I had a late 4th on him. Now I have an early 4th on him because I have moved him ahead of other receivers like Lazard, like Wynecki, Chris Lacey, a 4.53. Yeah, and Christian Kirk has just continued to showcase his skills, his abilities. Yeah, Mike Hughes is shorter than I thought he was. Holton Hill is shorter than I thought he was. Well, he's 6'2", but he's not 6'3", and he's under 200 pounds. So ever since he got suspended, it feels like he's lost his edge. And Christian Kirk picked apart Jair Alexander on tape. So this guy's interviewing well. He's showcasing his passion for the game. I mean, he is just doing everything he needs to do at this point. The media is not going to shut up about Calvin Ridley. I'm not going to shut up about Christian Kirk. I'm not going to shut up about Anthony Miller because I think they're both better than Calvin Ridley. I'm sort of torn on who wide receiver 3 is because you look at where I have these guys ranked. I've got Miller and Kirk both with an 89 grade at the moment as my top two wideouts, both second rounders. And I've got Sutton, Ridley, James Washington, Equanimous at 88s, all second rounders. And then we got round three guys. We've got Auden Tate, Cedric Wilson, Justin Watson. Because Justin Watson has great size, great durability, never been injured in his career. He had a solid week in Mobile, not a spectacular week, but a solid week, enough for him to at least make some noise. So Justin Watson's one of these players that's going to remain on my board until I actually see him work out. I'm open to moving him down, I guess, if I have to, but I mean, I'm happy with things as they are. I could definitely see why he'd get pushed down. He's a small school receiver. He did well at the Senior Bowl, so I guess I could see why people would push him down on the boards. So, yeah, 86. I might move him. Yeah, let's adjust this to 62. It's not that I don't like Justin Watson. It's just him not getting a combine invite pretty much means he's going to be a day 3 pick. And I got to see how these guys in Group 2 do today. I mean, there's just a lot of talent at wide receiver in this class. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 receivers projected as starters. None projected as Pro Bowlers, though. So I'm really all over the place with this wide receiver class as far as the talent goes, as far as the skill set goes. And I know I probably should be getting weigh-ins for the corners, but this is the 40 times I'm trying to get a feel for the receiver's speed and their big skills and their big playability, because I feel like this group has a lot of players who have the chance to be special. I really do get that feeling with this group. Don't know if there's a blue chip receiver necessarily, but I really do like this group. And we'll get Alan Lazard's official 40 time when we come back, folks. But Dante Jackson came in at 5'11", 178 pounds, or 5'10", 178. Well, I don't know. Came 5'10", 178. Yeah, I don't round up unless you're exactly at that point. So 5'10", 178 for Dante Jackson. A little bit smaller than I'd like, but, you know, if he does break John Ross's 40 time, I'm going to have to move him up. He's going to be – but him being 5'10" really does open things up. It opens things up for somebody like Denzel Ward. It opens things up because we were not expecting Dante Jackson to weigh in at 5'10". We were expecting 5'11". So he did do an awesome job keeping Christian Kirk in check. But, again, that's a little bit surprising. J.C. Jackson coming in at 5'10", 201. So – 4.62 for Lazard. Ouch. That's worse than what experts were projecting with Auden Tate. Or not Auden Tate, but Al Lazard. So Marcel Aitman, we've got a 4.64 on him. That is official.
It's not just a separation. They have to make a lot of contested catches. So they won't get the same separation. So these big body guys have to go up and take the ball away from people. So that is one example. So the cops coming up with it. So yeah, there's been a bunch of bullshit. That's what we expect from some of the bigger body. All over and then no stroke, no separation, no separation, no separation. Point being, you're separating size.
Lazard's really going to have to dominate the gauntlet drill. Otherwise, he really is going to project as a backup. Like, if he dominates the gauntlet drill, I will adjust his grade. 4.44. So, Deon Cain officially clocking in at a 4.45. That is huge for Deon Cain. And Deon Cain is probably the one receiver to watch in Group 1. Because 6'2", 202, he's really surged up as someone who could potentially make a splash. Didn't have the best production without Deshaun Watson, but he really did a good job, made a statement early in this combine. I just don't know where Lazard's going to drop, because if Lazard does ball out at the combine, I will move his grade back up to 85. But right now I have him at an 84. It's like, just because I'm a little bit concerned about the speed, how it won't translate. .510, 201. Yeah, Callaway's a receiver we're not going to get an official read on. I've got an official read on like 2 of these receivers as far as 40 times go. But yeah, this guy's not really someone we're going to have an official time on just yet. 4.60. He ran a 4.60 his second time, a 4.59 his first time, so we don't know if he's going to run a 4.56. But yeah, Alan Lazard is really – .436 for Deon Cain. So we're looking at a 4.36 for Deon Cain, because I take the 240 times and combine them. And Deon Cain's 4.36, the LSU receiver who dominated the Senior Bowl. I have him in that category where he's the fastest receiver in this class, but he only has 15 career starts. He's got 2 seasons of experience, but he only has 15 career starts. Simmie Cobb's one of these players that really All right, so that works. We've got Danny Johnson. We've already got his weigh-in. Teron Johnson already got his weigh-in. Nebraska's Chris Jones, 6 foot 200. £200, and then we got a 32 3/4. Already got Michael Joseph, DeMarcus King, Avonte Maddox. We don't have a weigh-in for Josh Kalu or Cameron Kelly. So Avonte Maddox is the next player we've got a weigh-in on. And Avonte Maddox is 5'9", 184. We're going to put 6'2", 200. Because that's what the initial weigh-in was. 5'9", 184. Six two 204. Yeah, we're on Quentin Meeks when it comes to these cornerbacks and the safeties. We got every weigh-in for every corner up to Quentin Meeks. I know Charles Robinson has been eavesdropping weigh-ins, folks, and that is awesome news, but I am trying to get a lot updated here. Michael Gallup, a 4.51. Richie James 4.51. I'll probably start writing the code for I don't know, because if Bradley Chubb bombs the combine tomorrow, he won't. But if he does, I could see why the Colts would take Nelson at 3. Sort of a wait and see thing for me. Christian Kirk a 4.47. And Christian Kirk is one of these players that really does look like he can run 25 different routes on the route tree. And Christian Kirk, 4.47, while I was expecting to be faster, I'm not going to hold that against him. Anything under a 4.5 is good. And this guy, he's physical. He doesn't necessarily have the size you want, but he's physical. He's durable. He learns the playbook fast. His intangibles are through the roof. His route running is through the roof. And if his production was a little bit better, he'd be a Pro Bowl receiver for me. If his production was a little bit better this year, he'd be a Pro Bowl receiver for me. So 4.47, so 4.52. So we got a 4.47 and a 4.52. So I am going to add those 4.47. Okay, he ran at 4.56. Yeah, so it's like Alan Lazard at 4.59. I'll move his grade back up to an 85. So we're going to see some players here. Chris 459, 482, 457. So and Miller's not going to participate in the 40-yard dash. So there's 44 receivers. We've got 40 times for about 23, about almost 23. Some of these wideouts we don't have official 40 times on, but yeah, it's like Lazard, Tarvares, Martin, Ray McLeod. But yeah, that was big for. And there's just a lot of targets in this class. I see 18 to 19 potential starters, but they're not going to be immediate starters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. See as many as 17 receivers in this class that could be starters, but I don't see that any that are Pro Bowlers. And that's really frustrating for me as a talent evaluator because we're finally going to get to see Josh Allen throw, and we're going to get to see that's basically the only QB in Group 1 because basically Group 1's featuring you know what, we'll reload our page here. And we're going to get a lot because Josh Allen's the only QB in this group that has not.
Just a big thing, 70% off, so high pressure, so that suits for 170. You get up to 80% off all fans. Because making a good first impression is a tradition that goes out of style. Yeah, 70% off sale. Just a big thing. Right now, a burger king is an extra. Sandwiches for just $6. Breakfast for chicken flavor, 100% white meat seasoned chicken flavor. Or two flavored grilled lobster sandwiches with it. Coming each for just $6. Get two for $6. Orchard, apples are designer pick. With at least 6,000 varieties. There's plenty of comparisons. What's really special about my grill? You know what they would do with this? Hold on. I don't even know steel toe. Here, you know why they use steel alarm protective coats? No. I did. I know it's a revolutionary treatment for time. It's been prescribed for it's proven to cure up to 94% of patients who had prior treatment with 12 months. Certain patients can be cured in just 8 months of non-treatment before starting. The doctor will test to see if they have symptoms, which may flare up serious liver problems starting after heart treatment. Tell your doctor if you've ever had hepatitis B, liver transplant, other liver organs, HIV, or other medical conditions. The medicines are taken. The science taken. Serious liver. This is the one that they outlaw. The agency prints starts Monday, March 12th, only on NFL Network. Jeremiah, Charles Davis, Outdoors, Smith. Especially from these young kids, they have to get 2 feet. So get used to that. Some of these quarterbacks got to be on time. Don't be like, just be good. They take them into my block. So I go from a second because you're going to be these late passes to a third.
Yeah, I think Mayock jinxed Josh Allen there. Josh Allen overthrowing Carrington really. Overthrow.
Before we get to the drill where I ultimately wonder why it matters, let's stay on that drill that we just saw finish. Why it matters. Again, tracking the football line, over former first round pick. Exactly what I was talking about. Full speed. There's just an easy adjustment. Why does this matter? Wide open, over the shoulder, easy. Again, there's a good look at it from behind. Then moments ago, TJ Martin ran a 440. Look at the adjustment. The hands come up late as they should. Nice. Looks it right in there. I remember yesterday you're like, well, Dave, you listen to what the fan base is saying. New York. Super cool.
God damn it, New York Post. I called Saquon the Saquon $1 million man. Super Quan is just cheesy. It's like you're not even trying. You're just half-assing it at this point. Damn it.
Better ingredients, better pizza isn't just a slogan on the jobs. It's a job. So you get a better pizza. Too. It's for just $5.99 each. I grabbed Coke. Probably got to do the business right there here. So I started asking people. I was like, this guy is good for me. The Jets got the quarterback all the way. Try to get the quarterback the ball in your hand. Try to get after the quarterback. This is what you do. another LSU from a couple of years ago. There's some separation. Still ranking 4-4-3. So it looks like Chark definitely did run somewhere in the range of that 4-3-4 that he was unofficially targeting. Pretty good number. How about that? Now, we would have put Jarvis Landry up there as well, but he was going to get back today. So there is no here's how they want the drill. To just fascinating. Drill or take catch every time. That's a problem. But I don't know, just showing off hands. I guess that's the idea of this. I think in today's NFL, they're all fans.
Big bodies don't matter if they can't catch. Yeah.
Just the way that every ball ran, but also got his head up, his eyes looking forward to the next pass, which is really good as well as coaches want to say.
Somebody's got it. 4K.
Is his hands ready to avoid the contact, or is he running around? So you don't get the indication
Speaking of break, we have to take one as we go to break. The 40 times are in their official and simultaneous live. DJ Sharp was timed at 4:34 unofficially. That's not an official number. The run sub 4:4 of the group. Although Robert Foster and Antonio Callaway certainly gave it a try. We're back with more from Indianapolis in a moment.
So
Get picky with your playlist. Why not get picky with your TV? Get a la carte TV only from Sleep. Start $20, then pick your personal channel. Holiday Inn Express, we can't guarantee that you'll be able to contain yourself in our breakfast. Simply baking food. But we can guarantee that you'll get the best price when you book with us. Holiday Inn Express. Tonight, on NFL Total Access, the Swing, the Strike, the Saquon, the Studio, plus QBs and whatnot. 70s. It's never been easier than ever over the table. Get an oven hot large pizza with your favorite toppings for just $7.99. That's right, $7.99. Because no one else does that. Allergies can stand in the way of a train. Allegra is the fastest non-drowsy allergy. In just 1 hour, it starts tackling top allergy symptoms for 24 hours a day. Get back to the moment with Allegra. Now, more businesses in more places can afford to treat you. Agents don't like quarterbacks throwing because you don't know who's in the wide receiver line and they've never thrown to each other. Guys in the stands know that all of that. Other than the stage is put there for us to get off the field game. This is not like live, it's a close to tape. And any quarterback in the world is in for Sucks right now. Taking his turn as QB5. It rocked. But it was official times the quarterbacks receiver. You know, it's a little different for these quarterbacks. They're easily take them. I mean, they're not going to be able to throw one. So you will free stuff and all kinds of negative. But they throw 3 balls. And then you got to get back to the line and wait for 5 minutes before they throw again. So it's a little bit different from what they're used to with their workouts and everything. You throw, stop for a while, now throw again. Part of our broadcast team. Number 1 overall pick himself. Doing very fast. What are your 2 cents on what you've seen so far? Early on, we got to see that you get a sense that guys have done so before. Effortless velocity. So that's kind of nice to see. It's advertised the accuracy stuff. 50% of obviously what I like to do, but so a little shaky, but that's to be expected. You got to start with you just want to hard. We got a lot of these guys never been able to center live, so the football is brand new. As a quarterback, I can be connected. That's what really equals accuracy, and that's what really it's one of the main things we have to talk about every guy's out here. You take the 3 steps and you put this spine. He's got to take this 35 minutes and you put this in. Now again, this is kind of
5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8.
Just get outside on the back. this level, most quarterbacks are going to be tight right here. We're still rolling in the time. It's going to come back down the line and lose ground to catch this football. A lot of great information about football from our receivers.
See where you should stay on the sideline.
So basically, everyone in Group 1 except Riley Ferguson out of Memphis has thrown an incomplete pass.
Hey guys, you've been talking a lot about Josh Allen. Well, when Allen's been on the sidelines, he's been talking a lot to Sam Darnold, a guy we haven't seen since the 40. Who's not doing any throwing today. When Sam gets a little break, I'm interested to ask him what he makes of all of this, as he is essentially a spectator at this point. Two guys later this afternoon who won't be spectators are Josh Rosen and Baker Mayfield. They're over in the jumps right now. They told me earlier they're going to do everything, and boy, are we interested to see everything they do on the field after they've completed a lot of interviews. The teams have said Rosen very impressive, Mayfield confident, and yes, guys, we already knew that. And one other thing, Shaquille Griffin, the remarkable linebacker from Central Florida, and today we're going to be there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that too. We should stay tuned for that. We'll see why. Take himself away from the line. With that, here's Gabe. Forget about completions. Worry about your football if you're driving the football. David, if you could talk more about the length of the drop there, right there, the length of the drop and how it corresponds to the rapid being on. Yeah, exactly. So the big thing is all plays with that code just inside the numbers also. So they're going to go back and take the drop. Yes, that's like not really anticipation. And as far as close to that, those numbers as you get the football, the better. That's what we're talking about. Scott's right there looking for anticipation. So you're taking sense that helps you saw earlier. Josh Allen's big guy. That's a good game drive. Look after this one. Shoulder platform. Watch these guys. Little shoulders rock and roll. All that affects accuracy. It's pretty good. It's pretty simple. So that can affect the timing with some of these guys. But really good. The ball placement, the anticipation is what we're really looking for in your fastball material. This is a spot place. Something laying in there. You're going to say you're the linebackers. It's nice to right there. Exactly. And Davey Youngman is up here for LSU. Now, get out of the game. What's up? He's not just taking his time with his football, but that's not the way to drop it in the game. Well, that's what I get concerned about here. Some of these girls, these guys, right. They just cut to the motions. They're just concerned about you gotta go. You gotta see what you want to see your feet. You want to see some urgency in your feet. Get that there. Yes. I couldn't care less. Just put that thing over his head. Let's see. That's good. David was the point of never getting offhand. Love. That's good with his foot grip. It's not going to get hit here today, so we'll those kind of work this and also not going to get to the right end. This year, what shocked me when we look at Jackson, 8.4%, you can say he's not smart, so he's had a little bit of experience. Numbers to the way we're watching the quarterback. It's very rare. Time to be back. Mayfield later on with Josh Rosen. By the way, how do you trophies are no precursors or predictors of NFL? Okay, quarterback position. Flowers. The other thing that's got to learn almost too late with this drill is we talk about it. It's almost. Quarterback's coach right there. Right now, stepping out. He's good. That's 10 generations of trouble. Headline Mike says, so sometimes people focus on the good reason, right? Because that's maybe you should warm up to that way. I'll make it. Whatever works.
How do you choose what you involved with moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis? Do what I did. Ask your doctor about Humira. It's further irreversible damage in young adults. Humira works by targeting to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Humira has been clinically studied for over 20 years. Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis, serious sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma. Some blood liver system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB.
They both have shown the ability to make 5 or 7 drops.
Hepatitis B or throat infections or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't stop your infection. Ready for you? This is
Yeah, we're still on the Google Hangout, folks, but every quarterback, we're still here, but every quarterback except Riley Ferguson is thrown an incompletion. Joey, my co-host, is saying Riley Ferguson's been disappointing. He had a disappointing Shrine Week, but he... That's sort of what I've noticed here, is that Riley's done a good job avoiding incompletions. Kirk dropped that last throw. Are you watching this? That was a great throw by Lamar. That was a beautiful pass by Lamar. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just looking at the combine quarterbacks and the quarterback drills. I'm typing my thoughts because there's a lot of things going on with these quarterbacks at the combine. Pretty much everyone outside of Riley Ferguson, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen has disappointed me. But I also get the impression that Riley Ferguson out of Memphis has been extremely passive with his throws. And he was a third stringer at Tennessee behind Nate Peterman and Dobbs, and he transferred to Memphis and took over for Paxton Lynch. So, yeah. But Riley Ferguson has been good today as far as avoiding incompletions. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen throws with so much power. I'm literally asking myself if he can nuke a satellite with his arm strength. That's how much power Josh Allen throws with.
scrutiny on it, and we're both dedicated to obviously the Raiders making it a win. Derek wants to go into this. Let's see what they get about John Lynch. And John Lynch not going to be a great quarterback. So you couple that with the ability to both of us play college head coaches and just natural ability. So it's just a matter of time. They'll get pretty soon. They put POTAs. I'm sure they're trying to do some stuff for the summer, but it's going to be a lot of fun. David, I think what's forgotten in conversation is the higher of the levels of myself. You know, it's a lot of everybody talks about food. It's just
Yeah, Christian Kirk has just impressed me to the point where I've seen Deion Kane catch everything, but I haven't kept track of Deion Kane. Like Kirk, I think Deion Kane, I've seen him catch 5 balls. it's really hard to keep track of all the receptions you're seeing with these guys. But I've seen Kirk show those intangibles to catch anything short, anything medium. And if any receiver goes in round one, this is the guy that I think deserves it the most. Worker and a humble guy. So Christian Kirk really, I am looking at Deion Kane. I'm trying to get exact reads on what numbers they are as far as receivers. Dylan Cantrell did well today. I haven't seen Dylan Cantrell drop a pass. Hasn't shown the speed or explosion you want, but I haven't seen him drop a pass yet. I mean, Luke Falk dominated the struggled at the combine, so I've sort of moved him down on my board. I've got Ben Kurt, Lauletta, and Mason Rudolph in that round 3 discussion, but Laton, there's a lot of QBs in this group too that are really going to impress me. I don't think Baltimore's needs a receiver in round 1, and they can get one in round 2.
Let's take a look at the speaking of the the five-step curl, I guess. Poster quarterback. Yeah, the five-step. Boom. Curl. Yeah, ball out. Good football. You can see how solid the football is. He was an under center in college. You could tell very advanced quarterback. Here's five-step. Curl. Alshon Jeffrey. Back to back. The football up with Alshon. Exactly what you're looking for. Step. Nice throw. Josh Allen. Boom. Plant. Pitch. Beautiful. Take time. Strong quarterback. Put the ball down the field. Same 40-yard dash. I'm going to tell you another thing. If you're John Lewis, you wouldn't be running for that guy on the left of your screen, Josh Allen. You got to look at him. He can play indoors, outdoors, all 32 stadiums, all weather, warm weather, big hands, big arm. Look at the comparison. He's got a bigger arm than Flint. The intangibles to the table that Flint started, the leadership, the football IQ, that's what the decision makers have to find out in the next 2 months. Well, that was supposedly, as far as the UX is out there watching right now. The combine now, but his teammates, Nate Sutcliffe, a long ways already, so Nate Sutcliffe is in that same quarterback class. He is third string on this right now.
Yeah, Josh Allen, I'm going to leave his grade as it is.
So the same as you did after we had a conversation about football, seeing what hurt inside, obviously who he was. Yeah, have you implemented that into the right Josh?
Dylan Cantrell just caught everything in the receiver drills. He really had a strong day, a good showing. I'm trying to get a read on some of these guys. Lamar Jackson with another deep completion. Lamar Jackson throws it. That is, I think that makes, yeah, Lamar Jackson is 13 for 15 for Lamar Jackson now. 14 for 16. Lamar Jackson now 14 for 16 on the day. Really done a much better job. And I think he has the tools to be that guy. It's a great job there by Josh Allen to Quandre Henderson. And he's putting the ball in a place where Henderson can get it. The other quarterbacks haven't done that. And I hope Allen throws one more because I would love to see Josh Allen with Christian Kirk here, see what Kirk and Allen can do together as a tandem because Kirk's impressed all day. And I don't like how Ben Kurt hesitated on that play. That hesitation is definitely weakness. It's plays like that that make me question his arm strength. Let's watch Ben Kurt. If he rebounds here, if he doesn't, though, that is a big sign of what's to come. That was not a catch, unfortunately. So I'm probably looking at Ben Kurt as more of a backup rather than someone who could be a starter. And he's in this group of backups. Yeah. Danny Etling overthrew that ball to number 16, and now Luke Falk's going to throw it to Christian Kirk. And I don't even know if that's Christian Kirk. I don't know. It could be someone else. 19, that is Jordan Lasley. Barely caught it. So wide receiver 8, 9. Those are the guys I want to watch. I want to try to study them a little bit more. But Christian Kirk is someone I've studied extensively, and Christian Kirk, it was wide receiver 4 who dropped that, and that is Deon Cain. So Deon Cain ended his day by dropping a pass. So basically, I'm looking at Group 1, and all right, so I am going to start getting official 40 times up. Marcel Aitman, 462. That is official. I think I typed most of them, but I am going to double check them because I want to make sure I have the correct data. But a lot of these quarterbacks in Group 1 are not as exciting as the headline players in Group 2. And I thought Lamar had a fantastic day. I thought Josh Allen was good as well. So it's difficult for me to get a read and say, Sam Darnold is this, or this. So if I have to X out some information to get my computer to load faster, I will. I think you vastly underestimate what I'm capable of. I don't know what's going on and why my computer's being really slow. But okay, so my computer's just lagging like crazy right now. I'm gonna use the restroom and hope it's gone by the time I get back. I'll be back, but this is just...
something that way on tape as well. When he has to drive the ball outside, he's a little bit up and down, trying to slow himself down a little bit, guide the ball, which costs him a little bit of pace. But overall, he's kind of goes up and down pretty fast. Even we talk often about this player that's coming in with the run. And there's so much discussion about saying that it's not going. Being completely looking back. But you feel like not just the lock, but a number of the quarterbacks, as you said, slowed themselves down, guiding the ball. There's really patience instead of doing all the things guys wanted to say. Well, you could talk more on this completion. So as you see here, this was going back to talkers about switching positions and we streeted out the look at the safer hands ever for the pitch. He was in agreement with it. He was in agreement with it. He was fine with it. He didn't want to get rid of it. I think today he was more about converting the quality of quarterback more than showing the athletic ability that he had. So that's a big reason why he decided, I believe, that one of the 40 in here with everyone else. Yeah, I think if there was some people looking for the total lineup about the ability to do that, I think some other people thought he would just completely fall on his face. He didn't do that either. I thought it was just going to be very middle of the road. So, yeah, he's going to have work to do, but Kim Jones earlier today said, yeah, you may not have been the best day possible, but she talked to the NFL GM and said, every time I talk to the team, this guy's far on the field. So there's something to work with there. What I'm confident, it was an easy right? You need to go and think, don't you? I tried to do it with someone else. I said, what do you do? Go to one hanging fruit. Look at what they do best. This is Lamar Jackson at his best at Louisville. Quarterback run game, make it inside, and then you take it to the distance. This is something that we take for the future. I was good at Louisville, but what do we think about that? Because ability, what's this going back into the pocket? Or what is it? What about running? It wasn't that much moving up running game when he played. It's a lot of breaking the pocket and then just taking over and being one with it. You know, a lot of the side quarterback runs. He just saw when he took it. You know, I talked to his coach, Jimmy, when he had with the Atlanta Falcons off the time. We were discussing the 35 plan. They hit right now. Weapons going to say, what is it? The Jim was ready to go. I think it's over this takeoff. I'm just going to get Lamar Jackson has that ability to just take off the run. They take off, they take it to the house. So Lamar Jackson, one of the primary guys here. Who's going on the field? Many more to come because we got a second set of quarterbacks that come up later on today, including Baker Mayfield.
I don't know what's going on really here when it comes to the combine coverage because not that. It's just my computer is just really slow right now. Like I thought I saved everything. It has just been so slow that I might have to end this stream a little bit early. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna stop or not. Feel really uncomfortable with how slow this is right now. So I am going to end the hangout, and if you want my thoughts on a quarterback in Group 2, because the site's not first and foremost. The site comes number 1, okay? So I value the site more than I do my YouTube channel, so I'm going to do what's best for the site. And for more coverage on Draft Utopia, you can check out our quarterbacks, receivers, tight ends show at 5 p.m. I know we're getting to the good part with Ridley, Miller, all the QBs in Group 2, all the tight ends. That's the good stuff. I get that, but my computer is freezing. It's picked the worst time to freeze of all times. So I'm going to turn this off, and if it cancels the podcast or cancels this film session or YouTube session, whatever, we'll make it up with the Mark Andrews film session of tape. So just be on the lookout for that. Thanks.